Good morning. I'm going to try and make a plum and rhubarb jam for the first time. I've made strawberry jam, raspberry jam. I've never used, I did do straight plum last summer, but I've never done anything with rhubarb as far as jam goes. I've made pie filling with it, but never jam. And I've never done the combination of plum and rhubarb, so we're going to try it. This recipe is from All Recipes, and it calls for 2.5 pounds of rhubarb, 2.5 pounds of plums. I don't know if I have 2.5 pounds of plums, so we're going to measure. Ounces. Okay, so this is frozen, well, clean cut rhubarb. We're only at 1 pound, 13 ounces. I need to get to 2 pounds and 8 ounces for the recipe. We know we're close, but that's okay. We're going to do some calculations here. Okay. Now we're going to go for the plums, which I've already defrosted and got real juicy. And that is 2 pounds, 8 ounces. So we are just going to have more of a plum versus rhubarb flavor, and that is okay. 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 You need 3 cups of white sugar. Next, we need 2/3 cup of orange juice and 1/3 cup of water. I'm going to use my liquid measurer. So 2/3 cup. We'll have just enough there. A little extra. And we're going to add another 1/3 water. So one thing that is different about this recipe is it does not ask for pectin. Part of me wants to add a little bit just because, but maybe we'll do a little bit more research. I should have actually looked at that before I just started, but you know, that's just part of my brand. I just kind of start going because time is of the essence. If I have time, I just want to start doing. My biggest fear is being indecisive and not knowing what to do, and so then I never do. But you're never gonna learn. Have I made mistakes because of it? Absolutely. Would I rather get things done right the first time? Of course. But sometimes you just have to do and move forward. That is what it is. Okay, so upon further research, Oh, someone's hungry. Pectin is naturally high in plums, so with plum jam you do not need pectin. Oh, I chose the wrong time to do this, didn't I? But rhubarb is very low in pectin. So hopefully with combining with the plum, plus adding the citrus, the acid, it will help bring out the pectin. So good reason I probably don't need pectin. Yeah, baby girl. Oh, sweet girl. Okay, so I've got the jars boiling. I'm really just gonna make enough to put into there, and whatever is extra. So I've got 6 jars, sorry, of half pints. So whatever is left over, I will do like a pie filling or something. So I got that going. Got this going. I should probably stir. And I should mention, I have the lids and the rings drying right now. I sterilize them in our bottle warmer, which has a sterilizing option. So I put down a clean towel, lay them on a clean paper towel, let them dry. And as things get going here, I am going to feed Miss Elda. I also realized that I thought I had videotaped me measuring out the rhubarb, but apparently I didn't. I got myself transferring it into the pot, but I did not actually record me measuring it. And then I use this scale here. We have another one that's glass. It's fancy, but I honestly prefer this this other one. It's just easier to use. There's no like touch screen. It's actual buttons. Touchscreen is great, but I honestly just prefer a button. Maybe it's the sensory. I don't know. I don't know what it is. Anywho. Ooh. Ooh. Who's a cutie? Okay, so that has been boiling. The jar's inside. This boiled and I lowered it down to a simmer. The recipe says to cook it for 45 minutes, or about 45 minutes, until it's thickened up. And it is just about there. A couple little chunks of rhubarb still, but I don't think they'll be too bad. I don't mind a little bit of chunkiness in my jams. I like the texture. So any of you breastfeeding mamas, if you are ever interested in looking for a shirt, I really enjoy this one I got online. It's just one of those like Amazon Chinese made ones, to be honest, but it comes with a little zipper on the side, opens up. It's relatively easy to use on both sides. There's times where it's a little difficult. You know, you're kind of doing it one-handed, holding the baby. Sometimes, you know, one-handed it's a little bit more difficult, but it's better than the alternative of lifting your whole shirt up, or always wearing like a button-up shirt. I really enjoy it. I also got a pack from Amazon. I can link all these. Just another cheap pair. Well, it actually comes with like 3 t-shirts, and then there's the tank tops. Again, these are Chinese brands, but you know what? They're doing the job. They didn't break the bank, and it's something that I can wear. They're nice enough I can wear at work too. But I'm actually really impressed with the quality, so just thought I'd share. Okay. one thing I did not do was taste it before I put it in the jar. So I'm gonna do that now. Ooh, that is a zinger. There is some tartness to that. That is really good. Tartness, but there is some sweetness to it. It's not too sweet. I really like that. I did not think I was gonna like it, to be honest. So when I was pregnant with Elda, unfortunately I loathed the thought of plums. The look of them, the idea of the taste, the smell, all of it grossed me out so much. And I love plums. I normally love plums. And our neighbor had brought this huge gallon bucket full of plums. And I couldn't say no. So I did make some plum jam out of it last summer. I haven't had a single bit of it. I let James and Olaf eat it. Yeah, I was scared because we had some extra plums left over from that. That's what this batch is from. And I thought for sure am I just gonna hate plums now? But the idea of it wasn't grossing me out. The smell, this whole process, I haven't been grossed out. And that flavor, the plum with the rhubarb, this is a good recipe. I am really enjoying it. I'm thinking, so I want to eat more oats, help with milk production. I am thinking I'll make some oatmeal and add this to it, because there's just a little bit extra. I like this idea. That's what I'm gonna eat for my lunch. Boom. Okay, I just heard 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pops. That's a good sign. So now we're gonna leave these for 24 to 48 hours without touching them, doing anything with them. Make sure everything really is sealed properly. They're done preserving. Yay. Thanks for joining me on this canning journey. First time filming me can anything. I do not pretend to be an expert. I literally have only done jams. I've only ever done water bathing. And when I first started, I did so much research, and I follow ball recipes. Anything I have any questions on, I'll go to the ball mason jar website, because they are tried and true scientific method. Any questions, I'll also ask my mom, my grandmother. I will also refer to the instructions that came with the canning supplies. It's been, it's been fun. It's been fun. Scary sometimes, because the fear of botulism is real. So I will always do longer than they say to cook these, to boil it. And I always make sure, at least do the recommended extra minute per elevation that you are. You can go online, you can find the resources, but I always go longer, much longer. Like I usually go, if not 5 minutes longer than all that recommended, but sometimes 10 minutes, 15 minutes. So this time it took a total of 15 minutes to boil. And the recommended time was, including my elevation gain, was only going to be like 7 minutes is what would have been recommended, but I do longer because it doesn't hurt it, and it just puts the fear of botulism away for a little bit. All right, on to the next project. I will put these off to the side. Next project is going to be some homemade bread. So this is what I put a little extra leftovers in anytime I'm making jam. I put it in here and then I store it in the fridge and consume it within a couple days.